as I look around the room, I see all of you who have been in this space of corporate sustainability for a long time. I feel like a fish out of water because for me, this is very new. I've just been doing this for the last 5 odd years. So I share whatever little that I can from my past experience. It was a sweltering afternoon in a small rural village on the outskirts of Patna. I was observing a mathematics class that was unlike any I'd ever seen before. One teacher, two grade levels, a single room, and a challenge that seemed impossible. One side of the room, fourth grade students were struggling with basic multiplication. On the other, fifth grade students were attempting to grasp the early concepts of algebra. The teacher, stretched impossibly thin, was desperately trying to split her attention, her chalk moving between two blackboards, her voice oscillating between explaining timetables and algebraic expressions. I watched her shoulders. They weren't just carrying the weight of chalk and lesson plans, they were bearing the entire future of these children. In that moment, I realized something profound. This wasn't just a resource problem. This was an innovation challenge waiting to be solved. What if the most transformative solutions to our educational challenges could come from the most unexpected places? What if corporate social responsibility wasn't about writing checks, but about reimagining possibilities? I'm delighted to be here today to talk about something that has focused on ethical business practices and community impact. CSR and innovation may seem like separate functions, but CSR focuses on community impact while innovation drives competitiveness and economic value. But in reality, they are deeply entwined. CSR and innovation in enterprises share a common purpose, creating meaningful social impact while driving business value. Innovation extends beyond just new technologies or ideas. It's about implementing solutions that, like effective CSR initiatives, deliver tangible benefits to society and businesses alike. In many parts of the world, CSR started as a regulatory requirement, but forward-thinking organizations have transformed it into an engine for innovation, where social responsibility becomes the catalyst for developing novel approaches that address both societal needs and business opportunities. Fueled by our founder, J.N. Tata's philosophy, in a free enterprise, the community is not just another stakeholder in business, but is, in fact, the very purpose of its existence. At Tata Consultancy Services, we don't see CSR as an obligation. We see it as an opportunity. Inspired by the Tata Group's ethos, we use our core strengths, technology, IT knowledge, and problem solving to drive social impact. Through our triple bottom line approach, people, planet, and purpose, we ensure that CSR and innovation are embedded in everything we do. In a world increasingly driven by technology, the key to unlocking potential lies in career readiness and digital empowerment. Many young minds hesitate to explore STEM fields, believing it's beyond their reach. At TCS, we believe that innovation thrives when curiosity is sparked. That's why we create programs that make technology accessible and inclusive, ensuring that talent from all backgrounds has the opportunity to innovate. Now, let me take you back to 2014, to an event where technology met tradition, the Kumbh Mela. Imagine this. During this event, 30 million people arrived in the city of Nashik, which has a population of 2 million. The pressure on infrastructure, sanitation, and safety was immense. But instead of considering this to be a problem, we saw an opportunity for innovation. A group of TCS employees, alongside MIT researchers and the local community, launched Kumbhathon, a technology-driven initiative that transformed urban planning and safety measures. The result? For the first time in the Kumbh Mela history, there was zero loss of life due to crowd mismanagement. This was a turning point. It proved that CSR-driven innovation can create large, scalable, and sustainable impact. Building on this success, in 2015, TCS Foundation launched their CSR initiative, Digital Impact Square, DISC as we refer to it, an incubation program for social startups. At DISC, human-centered innovation ecosystem has been built where entrepreneurs develop solutions for real-world problems. With multidisciplinary mentors from TCS and industry collaborations, we provide coaching and mentorship, a framework for sustainable impact, seed funding to develop a minimum viable product, and a network of partners and collaborators. A safe haven for future change makers to develop economic solutions tailored to specific community-driven needs. DISC innovates for billions at the grassroots level, where technology meets purpose. Over the past 9 years, DISC has nurtured 700 plus innovators, leading to 20 plus social startups that address challenges in healthcare, education, agri-tech, and financial inclusion, among others. And the impact? Over 6 million lives transformed. Proving without doubt that when we view social and environmental challenges as opportunities for innovation rather than obligations, remarkable things happen. This success proves a fundamental shift in thinking. Social and environmental challenges are not business constraints. They are opportunities for innovation. Let's look at some of the real-world problems that were solved at DISC. Each of these innovations was incubated at Digital Impact Square, proving that profitability and social impact can go hand in hand. Mouseware is a device that enables individuals with upper limb disabilities to navigate digital interfaces seamlessly. LifeSpark Technologies has developed wearable solutions to improve mobility for individuals with Parkinson's disease. Crystal Labs, their innovation Kibo, is the world's first inclusive reading and learning platform for individuals with print and learning disabilities, converting print to audio files, translating and supporting over 80 languages. Here's a snapshot of their solution.
"57 million visually challenged people in India do not have real-time access to content. Can digital technologies help solve the content inaccessibility gap to offer equal access for everyone?"
मैंने अपने बेटी को गलती से एक्सपायर्ड मेडिसिन दे दी।
My parents do not know how to read. I have to request others to record my books.
मेरी बेटी 10वीं कक्षा में है, मुझे नहीं पता उसकी बुक्स कौन रिकॉर्ड करेगा।
3 individuals got together to make the world's resources inclusive and started Trestle Labs. Their innovation, Kibo, delivers a real-time access to printed content across multiple Indian languages. The Kitab mobile app is a one-stop solution to access all types of documents delivered through voice-based output.
चित्रकूट में भारत के कई राज्य में थे, अपनी ननिहाल में अयोध्या की घटनाओं से सर्वथा अनभिज्ञ.
Designed to deliver an immersive learning experience at par with visually abled learners.
किताब की वजह से मुझे ये सहायता हुई है कि मैं अपना ग्रेजुएशन का सिलेबस मुझे घर बैठे मिला हुआ है, और जिसकी वजह से अब मैं सेकेंड ईयर बीए कंप्लीट करके टीवाई बीए कर रही हूँ। किताब की वजह से मेरे जैसे सारे बच्चों को एजुकेशन में बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प होने वाली है। किताब बहुत अच्छा है।
Trestle Labs has helped reduce the content access time from 2 months in case of audiobooks to less than 2 minutes. Empowering people to empower themselves and their communities.
Moving together towards an inclusive world.
For the synergy between CSR and innovation to work for long-term impact, we need a fundamental mind shift. CSR cannot be an afterthought or a box check. And for it to grow, one cannot work in silos. Collaborations between like-minded organizations and people is a key to scale impact. The larger the ecosystem and partnership network, the bigger the impact. The Seed Lab initiative in Malaysia is another powerful example of collaboration and CSR innovation. In partnership with a leading oil and gas company, TCS customized the DISC framework to nurture young Malaysian entrepreneurs in addressing societal challenges. Along the lines of the DISC model, this program too provides mentorship from experienced industry professionals, technology support for scalable solutions, hands-on training for sustainable impact, funding for rapid prototyping, and guidance in commercial capability development. Today, in its 6th year, 8 social enterprises have been launched, 130 participants upskilled in 3 cohorts, with over 26,000 lives touched and counting. This is what happens when businesses collaborate instead of compete. The impact is amplified. Humanizing technology is ensuring that innovation isn't just about efficiency, it's also about empathy. In the realm of CSR, this approach means leveraging technology not just as a functional tool, but as a means of creating meaningful impact. CSR-driven innovation has enabled us to develop AI-driven healthcare diagnostics that make medical expertise more accessible, digital learning platforms that reach underserved communities, tech-enabled financial inclusion that empowers marginalized groups. By embedding human-centric values into our digital solutions, we move beyond traditional philanthropy. We create sustainable, scalable impact. Here's an example of how technology and CSR intersect in healthcare. In Malaysia, pediatric cancer patients from low-income backgrounds face challenges accessing post-chemotherapy care. The problem? Doctors lacked real-time visibility into their recovery progress. Also, while the government sponsored treatment for low-income households, it is primarily available in the capital city of Kuala Lumpur, the travel to which adds financial strain on the already stressed family seeking treatment for their child. TCS volunteered to develop a solution. Can Support, a digital platform where caregivers can log pain levels across symptoms, allowing oncologists to monitor patients remotely. But we didn't stop there. To help ease the travel expense of the affected families, we partnered with one of our customers, Malaysian Airlines, to provide free travel for these patients and their caregivers for treatment. We onboarded other transport providers like Uber, intercity train services, hotels, and counseling services, all accessible to the users via a single multilingual digital platform. This is how CSR-driven innovation works. It connects the dots to solve systemic problems. Against a backdrop where technology is increasingly reshaping our collective futures, we need to focus on career readiness and digital innovation. Targeting those young people that might otherwise say, I'm not smart enough for computer science, or STEM education is not for me, is where we step in with our CSR initiatives and encourage innovative thinking. TCS believes that the future of innovation lies in equipping young minds with the right tools. Innovation is about finding and fostering the right talent. If you give them the favorable conditions, you will see that they can drive tremendous change. They don't see obstacles, they see possibilities because they have a purpose. This purpose and the company's brand heritage come together under the umbrella of TCS Empowers, our flagship corporate social responsibility program. In an ever-evolving digital economy, we recognize opportunities to aid digital immersions for populations that may not otherwise have the access to do so. Our sustained efforts are to upskill, digitally include, and actively engage with the youth and support potential future leaders in the IT space. Sharing some of our key initiatives in this space focused only on the students. TCS Go Innovate Together is a student engagement program that helps students from diverse backgrounds design human-centric solutions that harness technologies for innovation and social good. Through standards-aligned, engaging curriculum, students are introduced to the innovation life cycle, product prototyping, and industry-relevant entrepreneurial skills. A global initiative that introduces students to design thinking and tech-driven problem solving. As of today, over 300,000 students have been attending our GoIT sessions with over 70,000 innovations presented globally, and this just from the high school students alone. Launched in 2017 with Discovery Education, TCS Ignite My Future in School is a free transdisciplinary education program that transforms the way students learn. IMF offers educators a curriculum that embeds computational thinking into core subjects such as language, arts, science, maths, and social studies. Our Learning Leaders community brings together a global network of educators. Aim to engage with the university students, TCS Sustainathon is a sustainability-focused hackathon that empowers young future leaders across the globe to tackle real-world environmental and societal changes through digital innovation. Designed to encourage emerging trailblazers to address critical issues in the region, the Sustainathon enables them to create impactful solutions with the support of mentorship and cross-sector collaboration. All these programs aren't just about education, they're about empowerment. So what's the key takeaway from today? CSR and innovation are inseparable. Social challenges fuel innovation. Innovation amplifies impact, and technology scales solution. CSR is no longer just corporate social responsibility, it's human social responsibility. In closing, I challenge us all to abandon the artificial divide between CSR and innovation. They aren't separate functions, departments, or goals. They are complementary forces that, when strategically aligned, generate returns benefiting both business and society. The question isn't whether we can afford to integrate CSR and innovation in today's rapidly evolving marketplace. The real question is, can any forward-thinking enterprise afford not to? Thank you.